No, I got it.
And my background is something very, very French. My study, I'm enologist.
Okay.
Enologist made, I just make all my study in the spirit industry.
I got it. And then when I came across and doing my research about you, here's the article about yourself and your picture here, right?
Yeah.
And which I'm sure you're already familiar with. And then it tells your history. And then when you read about yourself, how do you feel? Like, how does it come across? You're like, oh, that's just, just another notch, you did this. Or do you feel like, wow, I really accomplished this? Like, if you're looking at your younger self and then looking at yourself now, are you in awe a little bit?
I think I am both at the same time.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes you just have a step back and you say, wow, I did it.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of did it. But on another way, I'm just an absolutely normal 31 years old woman. And so it depends on the day and the mood, but I can be both at the same time.
And how busy you are, right? Like, oh, okay.
Sometimes like, wow, that's my life now.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, I don't understand. I'm just absolutely normal person.
Right. I get it. But you know what? Where so many women are almost invisible in the cognac industry.
Yes.
And then the accomplishment that you have made during this short period. I mean, you're in your 30s. Am I correct?
31, yeah.
Unbelievable. So that is such an accomplishment. So we always like to start off at Shake, Stir, and Mingle with an icebreaker, a few icebreaker questions, okay? And they're easy, nothing to be worried about. What's your favorite way to unwind? Because you're so busy.
That's a good question, actually. One of the things I really, really love and makes me feel just so peaceful is to go to the seaside and just listen to the sea. So I go with my partner and dog, and I can sit there for hours. Just that sound make me feel peaceful and forgetting about everything I have in my mind.
Yeah, I would think so. I love the water as well. The beach would always make you feel better.
The water, water sound.
Yep, just calming. Just a calming effect,
Yeah, it is.
If you could enjoy any glass of cognac anywhere in the world right now, where would it be and why?
I would say that doesn't matter where.
Okay.
It's who with.
Oh, who with? I love that. So who would it be?
Right now, I would say my partner.
Your partner. Wonderful. And so you able to share that at home sometimes too? Or you no?
We do share.
You do share?
We do.
Are you ever asked to make cocktails at home or what have you?
He's not a really good cocktail maker. You have to be 100% honest.
Okay.
So if we have to go to the cocktail side of it, that would be my part. So I can put myself as a bartender's shoes sometimes.
Do you have a favorite book or movie that you like right now?
Not really. I have a lot of movie I like, but the most of the movie I watch are women's story.
Yes.
How women accomplish a job or...
Right. Well, maybe someday your story will be on the big screen. That would be interesting, right?
Good accomplishment.
Yes, it certainly would. Do you have any special memories and the time spent in your vineyards and for the making and master blending? Do you have any special moments that you want to share with us?
I think there is one moment when I realized I really want to work in the spirit industry. Was in a vineyard and it was absolutely cold, snowing and everything, and I was wearing ski clothes because it was too cold.
Goodness.
But we had an incredible moment with the team I used to work with, and we really enjoyed what we were doing. We were thinking about how people will consume our product at the end, and maybe in an hotel or in a restaurant, pairing with something, and we were like, okay, we are doing that job to make people happy. And I remember that moment, and sometimes think about it and say, that's why I do that.
That's why you do what you do. So who has been influential to you in terms of your career and where you are now? Do you have a mentor or someone that's really shown you the way?
Yes. So Michel Casavecchia, which is the creator of D'USSÉ, has been an incredible mentor for me. He really helped me, trust me, show me. I've been his protégé for 5 years, so he's been incredible with me, and he is really a mentor.
Could you share anything that has really inspired you and that said, well, when maybe you were going through something, a challenge, and they directed you and made you feel able to just continue doing what you're doing? Did you ever have any kind of those moments?
Challenges, yes.
You all
I think
have
in
challenges.
every job you
Yes.
face challenges every day, and it's part of the day-to-day job.
Right.
But I think w- when when you say increase a lot, we face a lot of challenges to make sure we could produce enough
Yes.
to supply. And those times have been incredible for me because I was able to see and participate and be in charge of helping D'USSÉ to grow and make sure we make all our customers happy. And that was one of the main challenges I faced in my career, but the one I'm also very proud of because
I'm
that
sure.
wasn't an easy one.
Yes, and you accomplished it. What's the best piece of advice you can give a young woman right now, today, to achieve their dreams if they're interested in pursuing something that you're doing right now, being a master blender? What would you suggest to inspire them as well?
Never listen bad things people will say. If someone say you will never got it, do not listen at it. Just go the way you want to go and one step after another.
Yeah, believe in yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Be proud of what you do and just believe.
Yeah,
And
through the thick of things. When things are tough, you still believe in yourself.
Yes.
I appreciate that. So can you share your journey in the spirits industry and which led you to your job right now?
yes. So that wasn't planned. That's the main
Oh,
point.
okay.
When I was young, I wanted to work in perfume, and one of my game when I was a small girl was to remember people by their perfume, their smell.
Wow.
So I know by heart my mom perfume, so I can say if she's in the house or not.
Right.
And I don't know, it was a game for me to remember them with their perfume. So I wanted to work in perfume industry. But there is law in France, and you cannot work in those kind of places if you're not over 18. I was 17.
Oh.
So I wasn't
okay.
able to make it. So I had to change the plan a bit, and I started in chemistry. But I would say, something kind of lazy woman and couldn't stand at school for a full day every day.
Okay.
So I did what we call in France apprenticeships. That means you are at school half time and working the other half. So you are part in the industry and part at school. So I did that.
Wow, okay.
And it was the best choice I've ever made,
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
guess. And I started in chemistry, worked 2 years in chemistry, and so I've been able to learn all the chemical aspect of wine and spirits. So that was very interesting, and I learned a lot. And I started to really enjoy wine and spirit industry, so I decided to continue. And I'm starting to work with a wine grower. So I was working in field with vine, doing all the field stuff.
Yeah.
And I was also doing the marketing side of it, so creating the labels, have a brand identity, everything.
Okay.
So that was an incredible year for me. It was like, okay, what I will do with my life. So I decided to continue doing school and work at the same time. And I did my oenology degree. I was working for a cognac company at that time in eau de vie supply. So eau de vie is the liquid which is just distilled from the wine growers. So I was working in eau de vie supply. So I learned a lot. And then I asked my boss if I could stay in his company. And he said to me, are you speaking English? And I said, no. He said to me, no way. If you don't speak English, you are not able to stay.
Okay.
I said, okay, what can I do? He says to me, you have to just leave and go in an English-spoken country and learn English. I said, yes, but I need a job to do that. So find me a job, and I moved. Deal was made. I moved to
Really?
Scotland. So that's why I learned English. So I'm sorry for my French, Scottish, strange accents.
Yes, yes. Now I'm picking it up. Okay.
And I started to work for a whiskey company, and I was in charge of the wood cask management. So I've learned a lot with wood, the casks, the aging, how we manage our cask, how we age our products, kind of cellar we have. So that was very interesting. And then someone I know phoned me and said, hey, there is an open position in Bacardi for Grey Goose. Do you want to join?
Oh my God.
I
Well,
jumped into
hey.
it. And I started
Why
to-
not?
It's always why not. I think one of the main things is why not.
Yes, exactly.
I worked for Grey Goose as a bulk manager for 2 years.
Okay.
So that's when I became part of Bacardi family. And at that time, we all know that Michel was going to retire at some point, and we wanted to make sure we doesn't lose any knowledge, because he's been the cellar master for Chateau de Cognac for 32 years. So that was an incredible source of knowledge. So we needed to make sure we don't lose anything.
Right.
And I joined his team at that point,
Unbelievable.
just to make sure we don't, you know,
Yeah.
we continue. I didn't realize before then that every step I get before was leading me
That's
to
what I was about to say. That's exactly it.
that exact
Yes.
position.
Yep.
The cask management, I use it every day. The chemistry, I use it every day.
Yeah.
Wine growers, I know the vine perfectly. I understand the marketing side of it. I understand the law side because I had law study as well. So everything, every single step I took just lead me in that position.
That is exactly the point. The things that don't make sense, and then when you come years later, you're like, oh, that is exactly
Makes
why that
sense.
happened, and it all comes together.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
and it's so insightful that, like, most of the people I talk to, they say these exact same things in the interviews, that it was meant to be almost, because every little step that you've made over your course of your life has brought you here today.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, what does your typical day look like?
Lot of tasting.
Now you say,
Most part of my job is tasting.
right?
But which is really the most important part of
Yes,
it.
important.
I have
Yeah,
to be
I'm
honest.
sure.
There is no day like another. Every day we change out. We have to challenge things every day. But we have seasons.
Okay.
So we have the distillation season, which is from early October to 31 of March.
Okay.
During that time, we work a lot with our partner distillators, make sure they have the right product for D'USSÉ, of course,
Right.
give them advice. We have the cask season, where we bought our new cask and we put the new eau de vie into the cask. So it's a very hard time to cellar because we have to put all cask in place, fill
Okay.
them, make sure everything is okay. And we have a very, very critical moment, which is the inventory time.
Okay.
And the most exciting one, if I am honest with you,
Wow.
because we have to refill all our casks and sample every single batches we have in our cellar to make sure I am able to try them
Okay.
and make sure the quality is perfect, and I can decide with technical pass I have to take for every single batch. So for example, if a cask, I will test a batch and say, okay, that the woods notes are not perfect.
Perfect. Okay.
Let's move that product to another cask to make sure we have the right wood note amount,
Right.
for example.
So this is who you need to thank for the perfection in the bottle. Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
I think that's how we keep the quality. I sample, I have to taste more than 3,000 sample
many
per year.
thousand?
3,000.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, that means more than 10 per day. And I
Yeah.
have holidays, of course.
Right. Of course. Yeah. What inspires you in your work, and how do you stay passionate about the craft of cognac making?
I just stay passionate by spending time with bartenders and consumers. When I see them enjoying it, have great moments with our brand, I'm just like, okay, I want to give you that happiness.
Yes. Do you ever go out to, like, you and your partner go out, and then someone makes the order, and you're looking like, you're a little eavesdropping, and just see how they're, how they feel about it, right?
Yes,
Oh, that must be
always.
a thrill. That must really be a thrill. How do you approach the blending process to ensure the consistency? So you're doing a lot of tasting,
I do.
incredible amount of tasting. So how do you ensure that?
So thankfully to the inventory, I'm able to taste every single batch
Right.
we have in stock. D'USSÉ really play with dry and humid cellar, so it's main thing into our blend. So by tasting every single batch, I can decide to move our eau de vie from one cellar to another, from one cask to another, and make sure the quality at the end is absolutely perfect. We have 4 years aging because we do VSOP.
4 years, okay.
So that means we have 4 years to make that eau de vie the best she can be.
It is. It definitely is.
So that's by tasting is the main thing.
Main
We
thing.
need to taste every single batch to make sure we can decide and take the right path for every single eau de vie and make sure at the end we have the perfect blend.
So how long is that process? Because you have to taste so much. So how long does that actually take you in that season to get through every cask?
So the sampling time is 3 months. just to take the sample out of every cask. That's quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
And after that, it took me 3 to 6 months to really taste every single batch. Because at the same time, I do not only have inventory, I can also have eau de vie supply, I can have, I don't know, all the bottling. So for example, when we bottle, every single batch which is bottled, we also do a tasting to make sure everything which is inside of the bottle is perfect. So we taste everything.
God forbid you come against something wrong. What is the process then? Like if you didn't like the taste, what do you do then?
So I will have to choose the right technical decision to make sure that taste become right again.
Great.
So I don't know, example, there is not enough food taste, I will put it in another cask. There is not enough humid taste, I will move into a humid cellar. There is too much of humid taste, let's go to a dry cellar.
Right.
So I will just make my product move everywhere to make sure it has the very good balance of everything to become the SOP d'USSÉ. If you want to, you can. So just keep your goal, close your ear, and go.
Dig it in, guys. Dig it in. Even if it gets tough, you just keep on going, right?
Yes. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. If you really want to, you will find the power, the strength to go there.
Yes.
No matter what.
Right. Exactly. I can appreciate that. So tell me about this cocktail.
So this cocktail is an Expresso Martini.
I love espresso martinis. Okay.
And the taste of the coffee is going very well with d'USSÉ because d'USSÉ is really is a really good balance between spicy, wood, and sweet. So the coffee with d'USSÉ are pairing amazingly together. So Expresso Martini is a very good way to enjoy d'USSÉ. I would say maybe especially at the end of a meal. That's where I prefer having Expresso Martini. That's my favorite way of having Expresso Martini.
Okay.
But I think what's important with d'USSÉ is really, really a versatile product. So Expresso Martini is one way, but there is thousands of ways to enjoy d'USSÉ. For example, I really enjoy sidecar, the classic one.
Yes.
But my team made me a spicy sidecar, so just a normal sidecar with a drop of Bacardi mango chili.
Really?
It's brilliant.
Amazing. All right, we might have to try that.
Yes.
I have to get the recipe.
That's a very good one.
That's a very good one, right?
But if you're just at home and just want to enjoy a d'USSÉ, you can just do d'USSÉ lemonade. Working perfectly well. So I think that's the main point of d'USSÉ. Versatile, going with every cocktail. Just take your favorite cocktail, swap the alcohol by d'USSÉ.
Yeah, d'USSÉ. Makes it perfect every time. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. You're here at Tales 2024. Welcome to the States. And we'll never forget this interview, will we?
No, we're not.
Hello, sippers. I just want to thank you so much for watching, and we appreciate you being a part of our Shake, Stir, and Mingle community. If you like what you're watching, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one.